We are just a stone's throw away from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as we get set for football at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Denver Broncos and the Cleveland Browns. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. First carry for Kenyon Drake, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
A throw taken in by Hamilton. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage.
Well, the stats that matter on this play don't help a team very much unless, of course, you're playing defense.
If you're getting points per reception, you got a reception, but no yardage. Great job by the defense, though. They read through that one.
They read through it, gave up no yardage, and people got credit for tackles. Pretty good deal.
Throwing on third down, Watson. Being chased out left. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. 25 yards that time. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 47. A shotgun snap for Watson. Flush to his right. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. On 1st and 10, Watson. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Broncos take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. McManus's point after is good, and that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
The Browns take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. First carry for Nick Chubb. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. Oh, what a juke into space. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain there of 21 yards. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 49-yard line. Mayfield. They'll let this go for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with. One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the 2nd half, when you've got a running back of this size and these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the 1st half. Maybe not so much in the 2nd half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
They'll leave the 39 here for a 1st. This is 3rd down. from the shotgun. It's Mayfield. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, got the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
First carry for Royce Freeman. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Royce Freeman, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Broncos push further out in front. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24-20.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 21. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Watson now already over 100 yards passing in just this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Now Drake. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Second and goal from the 6 this time. They'll try again with Drake. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. 3rd and goal, it's Drake. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the 1st. This defense bending but not breaking. It's a gain of 3. It's now 4th and goal. And McManus able to put it through. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. So it's an old-school extra point that counts 3 times. It's certainly a disappointment they weren't able to get it in the end zone.
Yeah, I can just imagine post-game, head coach looking at the box score, 19-yard field goal, grimacing a little bit, but having to realize that at that moment, getting 3 points was vital. Go ahead and get the points, put them on the board.
After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away.
Man. Where's my shit? Okay. I swear, this all this man gonna do is run this motherfucking ball. Like he's gonna do something.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. They start on the ground.
Like he's gonna do something.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
Okay.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Bitch, drop that ball, nigga. The
Pass
fuck?
play there, but it's incomplete. Some of the fans here
thought.
don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why they look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Mayfield looks to throw. Going up top.
Come on, bro. Give him a second pick.
Incomplete. He had his hands on it, but couldn't pick it. But it's
Got this man clamped up, bro.
Well,
Got this man clamped up.
2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Dude, shit, I was just
that
saying
throw was
out.
probably worse than the one he threw the
Give a
interception
fuck
on
about my
last drive,
t-shirt
but
out.
fell incomplete. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return, and the Broncos take
And I
over,
don't sneak
1st
it out.
down
Gucci on my
and 10.
feet. Only one once I wasted all
The
my
Broncos
cash.
onto the field ready to start their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline, now Jordan loses the football.
Fucking bitch ass running back.
And they're going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do?
You gonna get the
But,
ball
hey,
back?
Let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
Give me. I think she give a kissy.
They run again on 1st down.
Nah,
Chubb
bro, we there.
trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get
We
back
there.
to the line of scrimmage.
Fuck.
And no more.
They're like Timmy.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. They go with Chubb on 2nd down.
Nah, bro, come on, bro. Better run something else.
Stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
I do
My
know
man's
from
better run
experience that when
something
you
else.
slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense, and guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Mike, 180. Hurry. Watch QB drop. Watch QB drop. Mike, 55.
On 3rd down, Mayfield.
Try to strip that
David
man.
Njoku, the tight end.
Try to strip that
Inside
man.
the 15, shy of the 10. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland 1st down.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the
Nah,
big fella runs
come back
routes,
up.
it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the ball, as we just saw there.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb with touchdown number 12 on the year, as they are now on the board here in the 1st half. The extra point splits the uprights, and that'll cut the lead to 17-7. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
This is formation.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
You always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, pump the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
Trying again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
I can't even bring him in.
Out of the gun, Watson.
Oh, bro, come on, dude.
More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
What a
so
punt.
Well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
They begin
nah, bro. Come on, dude.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
From the gun, it's a
bro.
shot.
Come on, dude.
And that won't buy him much
something
room.
Better.
Just a 1-yard gain to the 5.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The Browns on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 14.
Let's go, let's go. Hey, we got Mike.
From the gun, Mayfield.
Come on, bro.
One that's intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick.
All you want to do is party all night.
Denver.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying
Clamped up, bro. Come on.
That means catch the ball.
My dude clamped.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
Extra point from McManus is good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Cleveland offense ready to go.
Let's go, let's go.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
I saw that you had 35 carries
together. We have
1 week. It's 421 yards.
Coordinators are going to tell you if I'm going to run the football first
it ain't
down,
happening this week,
get at
bud.
least 4 yards. They got 5 here.
Sorry.
They got to feel pretty good about that one.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. A run for Nick Chubb. And an alley to run. And they're going to have this way down deep in Denver territory.
You're going to have to work for those, bud.
He's taken down, but not before he gets to the Broncos' 14-yard line.
You're going to have to work for those, bud.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. Now Chubb.
You're going to have to work.
Corral him just a couple
You're going to stop you.
shy of the end zone. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
That's another Browns 1st down.
A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line.
Oh, you lucky that dude got there in time. I was about to stuff that.
This first half, and the Browns get a score closer. Extra point right down the middle, and the lead down to 10, 24-14. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. This is taken at his 4.
Nigga don't like me
and
to
he'll
right
take this
now.
one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before.
Oh, lob it, bro. Lob it, dude. Why'd you
moving.
fucking bullet
So
it?
how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before.
If you lob it, that's fucking out, bro.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Once again,
Cover
they'll come
4.
up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. It's complete to Drake. It'll be a 2-yard gain,
put the diamonds on my
and that's
pistol.
going to lead to a 3rd down. And they're left looking at 3rd and 8 after the 2nd down pass play only went for 2. From the gun, here's Watson. They're able to locate
Way to hold on to
Wilson.
that bitch, bro.
And he's going to be taken down
Bro,
here with a
really?
penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? Operating from the gun. Watson dancing to his left. Now he'll turn and throw deep back to the other side.
Oh,
He's got a man, complete. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10.
53's a must. Let's go. 53. Come on, baby. Come on, let's go.
Again, it's Watson. And he hits Drake.
Ooh,
He's
sick
got
work.
the first down here inside
Sick
the
work.
30. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this
Touchdown,
game,
baby.
he can have monster
Bro.
numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
Madden.
Now a throw
EA.
in the end zone on
EA.
first down, but it winds
EA.
up incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
What does the dude got to do? What does the man got to do?
To throw again.
Please explain to me. If I got to throw a better dime, just
And he couldn't quite
Just help me
get
out.
there. Tackled down at the 1.
come on, man.
Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll look to run with
Touchdown.
Freeman. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver.
Let's go, dog. Come on,
Royce
bro.
Freeman, as the first half is winding down. And the Broncos push further out in front. McManus's point after is good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. after the touchdown. Here's McManus now to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down.
Can't even give no kisses. Can't even post on my Instagram because he put nigga.
And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. On the carry, it's Chubb. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
The only thing
5
they're going
yards
to
on the
hit,
carry.
I don't
Good pickup on
understand you
first
women
down.
who go around pretending.
So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This officially a 55-yard attempt.
Who tricking? Got Molly making call. Uh-oh. Got me off my grind.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action.
Yellow tape around his body. It's a fucking homicide. This is in the t-shirt and his family's traumatized. I didn't even mean to shoot him. He just caught me by surprise. So caught it back and shot him twice. To the floor and
the Cleveland offense ready to go. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
Shot up the wrong hole.
I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Chubb.
Oh my God.
He's into the clear. The 30.
You're going to get one of those a game. You're going to get one of those a game.
Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, his third touchdown of the game, number 14 on the year. And the Browns make some inroads here on that deficit.
He's going to kill the boy.
Right down the middle. And the lead is trimmed down to 10.
It's good, the boy.
So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
In the morning, I got murder on my mind.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They had that first half lead, but they have been shut down here in this third quarter, so time to retool a bit.
And probably need to tap into that emotional vein that gets them back to really playing hard and effectively. Because a lot of times we think it's just play calls. This isn't working, and they're shutting them down. Sometimes when you get a lead, you lose your edge. You don't play quite as hard. That's what they're looking for here.
Trying to get that edge back as they've watched this lead shrink a little. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a third down. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That
it's a good thing you held on to it, buddy, because if you didn't, I was going to take you out.
Down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
On first down, Watson. He completes this to Sutton. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down. So
I got a little bit down.
10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 38. From the gun, it's Drake.
Hey, what you doing? Where your man go? I just popped those in 50,000 in Japan.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Oh, come on, bro. He was supposed to go.
Throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
My man was supposed to go with the
Freeman,
fucking...
the intended target, and it's 3rd and short. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Watson now. From the gun, he'll throw. Steps away to his left. That's incomplete,
What happened?
but there is
Holding?
a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Well, the crowd doesn't like that. Was going to bring up 4th. Now it's 1st.
They don't like it at all,
wrong
do
play.
they? It brings them back into it, but really not in a positive way. Now they're angry. That can jangle a team a little bit as well. Pass interference ruined that series of downs for them.
Forced out to his left.
What a
And that is
dime!
touchdown, Denver.
Hop
An
up in this race.
18-yard
Oh, it's
touchdown
not that date.
grab.
It's a
And the
Cleveland
Broncos push further out in front.
I think it's past 8. Dang, it's in my place, baby. Ate me like some cake. Cold shake. Think I need an 8 to the break, but I need to take a break.
Now McManus to tack on the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
The Browns take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Fucking AirPod. Let's leave my headset like that. Fuck it.
The Browns drive about to get started. They did what they had to do to start this third quarter. Went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
Looking to throw on second down. Mayfield.
Is that
He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And they're going to have this way down deep in Denver territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 56 yards. Line of scrimmage moves from their own 25 all the way to the red zone now for 1st and 10. Throwing. Mayfield. They set up the screen to Chubb. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Give him maybe a yard. Quite the opposite from the previous big gainer. They give the Chubb out of the gun. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Check, 47.
Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line.
Did he get it?
He will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
It's 4th down and less.
And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And his kick is good. And that will close the gap down to 14. So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just given them a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them.
Roberts intercepted. picked up by Denzel Ward. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And tough to win games if you're going field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. He'll be dropped shy of the 40 despite an excellent display of footwork. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 36. Mayfield on play action. He's going to air one out. It's caught inside the 25. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. An explosive 38-yard pickup. On the ground, it's Chubb. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Taking it in from 24 yards out as his guys are back within a single score. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And last time, 1 play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
Oh. That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action.
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Running for the shotgun with Drake. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. Since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
To throw again on 2nd down. Watson.
And
that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
For me.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Watson now to throw. Escaping the pressure right. That is an absolute backbreaker. That was a design passing play, wasn't a draw. You think you got him stopped, good coverage downfield, and he's able to pick up the first with his legs. Defensively, that kicks into your psyche and hurts a little bit, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and here's the thing. Anytime you give up a first down, it hurts you psychologically, but it hurts more when they get it this way because you've covered everything. He didn't have any place to throw the football. He takes off running and picks it up anyway, and now you have to stay on the field for an extra set of downs.
And really could have used that stop trailing here in the 4th. Watson now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Now Watson operating from the gun. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The D-tackle Sheldon Richardson came barreling in for the sack. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Back to throw, Watson. Wide open receiver.
Wide open receiver.
And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. In for the score. And the Broncos push further out in front. Extra point from McManus is good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
But it wasn't.
The Browns drive about to get started, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. They run. Chubb. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Well, that's pretty symptomatic about how things have gone here. That play was just shut down right from the start.
And not going to give him a lot of confidence to help turn things around. Under 4 to play now. Clock running. 3rd down.
Hey, let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength.
Working out of the gun. Mayfield. He's got his tight end, David Njoku.
That's what I guess we're trying to steer
to
it.
the races, down the right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. David Njoku, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. Point after, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. This is taken at his 4.
Come on, bro. Get out my way, bro. That's house. If you get out my way.
Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs, and the goal? End the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Here's Watson.
Ooh, nice
hit. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Demarius Randall. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They run it again with Chubb. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. To throw, Mayfield.
I was about to say.
Is incomplete. figuring they're going for it on 4th down. Remember, though, they do have all 3 timeouts, so even if they don't get it, all is not lost.
Yeah, normally in this situation, when you're talking about having to go for it, everything is in this play. But as you noted, with those 3 timeouts, they actually have a little bit of a safety net.
Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down.
Regular.
Now Mayfield on 4th down. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Should have been a pick.
Oh, B.C. Johnson. His 4th touchdown on the year. As they can now tie the game with the extra point here in the final 2 minutes. Critical extra point up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. This is taken at his 4. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
I have a play like that.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? But the biggest thing is making sure these guys encourage each other, pick themselves up, because right now it's been a really tough ball game trying to stop these offenses.
Oh, it really has, especially as of late. Now it's Watson, and he will find his man on the outside. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A big play there. His 3rd touchdown of the game and 4th on the year. And the Broncos have taken the lead. McManus's point after is good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go. They're down here in a 1-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Back to throw. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. This defense has watched their lead dwindle away. This is where they really need to bow up. They executed well there.
And it's often hard after you've played really well early and then you kind of relax a little bit to step on the gas again. They just did it on the last play. Looks like they want to finish this one off.
Here's Mayfield. Now a desperation throw deep downfield.
Nope.
And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
So another big shot dodged there defensively. Now they're just one more incompletion away from salting away this victory, and I know this feeling. They're almost giddy, but they have to stay focused and locked in. They can make one big mistake and throw it all away.
1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Mayfield to throw for it on 4th. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line.
That's what I do. Switch. Kill.
On 1st down, Drake. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Right back to Drake. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. On 3rd and short, Drake.
Get in there.
He's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you've still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
What can I say?
The Browns drive about to get started. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he is into the end zone for the touchdown. So they still need a miracle with a clock where it's at, but they get one piece to the puzzle done.
Still have hope. No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting, but I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. So the clock sits at 16 seconds as they line up for the onside kick. And the Broncos are able to recover, and that should just about wrap this one up. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Broncos, they close out this first half at a very solid 6-2. And they'll have another road.